What it do, man? It's your boy Flex and Twine. Shout out to that Marvel gang. Yeah, it been a minute. A lot of people been hitting me up, asking me to touch on the topic of the new Captain Marvel movie. Um, actually, I actually like it. I actually love the movie. I thought it was real dope. You know, like people seem to forget that it's an origin story. You know what I'm saying? So most origin stories usually is the least favorites. But I could say this is like if you want to compare it to an origin story, I would say this ain't no Captain America First Avenger. This is like a Winter Soldier slash Civil War origin story. But uh the movie get a I like the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's some people who dig it as well. Me, my moms, and my son. I took them to go see it. We all liked it. Um, every time a movie come out before one of the big juggernaut movies like Infinity War or Endgame, it's usually always gonna get some bad reviews because everybody anticipating the juggernaut kind of movie. So um, I don't think it. Some say it's a filler Marvel movie, but a lot of people don't pay attention to details and how important it was because it was like so many loopholes in the MCU stories, and I can't say that they were I can't say that they were missing. They just wasn't presented yet. So now that she come, you learned a good origin story about her, how she might be the strongest Avenger, how she got her powers, how she unleashed the binary stage, um, and like people forget that this movie was set in the '90s. So this was like way before Tony and everybody else. So it's like this shit was set back in the day, and she was 10 times stronger than them back then. So now you gotta look at it like you looking at this in '95. Like if you watching Critters, fucking RoboCop, Rocky 2, and then you seen this movie Captain Marvel. Like if you seen it back in the day, it'll blow your mind. That's the mind state you should have for it. So now, um, when they released the new in-game trailer with her in it, this is like her after like mastering her powers for like 20 years and shit like that. So now, yeah, she gonna be like a real beast. She gonna be a real problem for Thanos. But the the overall movie, the comic, you got a lot of people who comic book heads and they don't like nothing altered. The minute they see one thing that's altered, they throw a fit. So everybody know that Marvel was a man. They made it for a woman. They made him into a woman for the origin story, and I can see Marvel doing a lot of stuff with as far as diversity, as far as like what I'm saying, trying to even everything out as far as the days we live in now. And I don't really think it's a problem with that. It wasn't like Marvel wasn't gonna have a crazy role in this anyway. It was still gonna be like a sort of flashback or how she met him and how she fell in love with him and got some of his powers or whatever. Blah blah blah. Fun fact: when I was doing a lot of research on this movie, I actually learned that that's how Rogue got her ability to fly for like holding on to Captain Marvel like in a little dispute, and that was pretty dope. That was something I didn't know. So I overall give the movie like a solid B plus. Some people say a C plus, B minus, but it's all about what you're looking for in these Marvel movies. And when I come in, I always like learning stuff about characters I didn't know a whole lot about. I like to see how they gonna try to incorporate them with the whole MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I mean, I liked it the Marvel movies when they would have Daredevil with Ben Affleck. I want to seen that twice. And people say it's shit, but that's all we had back in the day. So I appreciated it because they released it. But I like the Daredevil, the series, more because it's up to date and shit like that. The Punisher, Luke Cage, all that. But everybody going to these Marvel movies now expecting like Infinity War, and like you can't do that, man. Like you gotta wait your turn. Infinity War was built up over 10 years with a lot of Easter eggs and clues. So like to a lot of people, some may say that's the greatest Marvel movie of all time. I would say the most groundbreaking one is Avengers 1. I love all the fight scenes. But Infinity War was just like on a whole nother level. And they say that Endgame is going to outdo that. So, I'm pumped to see it. I can't wait to own the Captain Marvel on Blu-ray. Watch that joint on the 4K TV because I definitely thought that it had some crazy graphics. It had a lot of 90s sort of Easter egg, kind of Beverly Hills Cop, Turner and Hooch, fucking Terminator kind of vibe to it. I dig that. Had a lot of Pulp Fiction references in there, like, you know what I'm saying? Real Marvel fans, this how you know you're a real Marvel fan. If you go see the movie, and that's good, you take everything in, but then you gotta go home and go on YouTube and watch the breakdowns to where you see all the shit you miss. And you gotta stay for the ending credit scenes. All real Marvel fans stay to see if it's two end credit scenes, and then they go home and check the real breakdowns. Because a lot of people now is more talking about Marvel as a trend. Like, you know how they did Bird Box. Like, Bird Box was actually a dope movie, but then there's like a lot of people, you got this like certain group of people that's out there called am I the only one who hasn't people? That's what I call them. Because they always saying, like, no matter what's dope that's out, if there's a lot of people talking about it, you got this group of people saying, am I the only one who didn't see Captain Marvel? Am I the only one that didn't see Bird Box? Like, go fuck yourself. But I say to the people who are really into this and understand and been here from day one, and this is advice to all the new Marvel fans. If you just now seeing your first movie is probably like Iron Man, then you skip about 10 and seen Black Panther and seen Infinity War, and now you think you got the right to be giving reviews, go fuck yourself. Because this shit is deep, baby. You know what I mean? This shit is way more than just a couple movies. We've been fucking with these for like 10 plus years. And I can't say just this, because Marvel been around. I didn't love Marvel since a kid, video games, everything, comics. But right now, like this MCU is where they making all of these movies count. So it'd be a lot of people acting like little silly questions. And I know they ain't really too in tune, like, you know what I'm saying, when they ask you shit like where certain people fit in. And I be like, no, that's still Marvel, but it's in a different continuity. It's like they not under the Marvel Studio thing. I'm like, you got to go back to Iron Man 1 and like everything after that. And even though it's still something in between, they ain't got nothing to do with this. Like X-Men, Deadpool, even though Deadpool made a lot of Avengers references, it's like for a future crossover, but they not here yet. So, but the overall movie, I think was super dope. I'm not going to say it was the top. Can I watch it again? Yeah, I think I could watch it like 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? The Marvel movie I think I watched the most probably would be Infinity War. Infinity War, Hulk with Edward Norton, and the first Avenger. And I watched Black Panther a few times. Not, I say probably like 6. But, you know, a lot of people say Black Panther one of the greatest Marvel movies. I don't think so. I mean, I think it was very dope. Visual effects, colors, origin story. I think everything was dope about it. I just don't think it was the best. And I think that's because, you know, it just played into a Wakanda story. Like he had, like, you know, somebody from damn near his own tribe as a villain. When I mean, now if they make like a second Black Panther and he got a way better villain, somebody like Namor or something crazy, I think it'd be way better. You know what I mean? Because I just think that one was more so a Wakanda tribal story. But that's just me. You know what I mean? No taking, no shit taken from Black Panther. I fuck with it. I would say go see the movie. That's what I would say. I would say go see the movie for yourself. Don't believe people. And from the trailers, it make her looks like she like dull and always mean, but actually she had a pretty dope sense of humor. It was just a lot of people in her corner was telling her that you know, her emotions, like her sense of humor was her weakness and shit. So when you see the movie, she pretty cool. And that's my take on it. You learn a origin story about an Infinity Stone that started it all. You learn about the two races, the Kree and the Skrull. You learn about her. You learn about Dr. Marvel. So I mean, the shit is always dope. I can't wait to own it. That's my take. So now let's talk about that new Avengers Endgame trailer, like the 2 minute joint, the third one. At this point, it's so many theories and shit, and I think my brain is in overload that, you know, I'm just pumped to see it. Like, it's so many things that can happen, and I think that Marvel, like, I know they shoot fake scenes, and I know they do everything on purpose to like throw you off so you can like be totally blown in the movie. So at this point, I ain't even trying to break the clue no more. Like, we got less than what, 5 weeks, so I'm just waiting for it to see what that boy Thanos gonna do, to see what Captain Marvel and Thor look like when they team up. So we got some real power on the table, and I think this shit's gonna be dope. My favorite part of the trailer is when Thor walk up to her, grab Stormbreaker, and she just like looking straight like this, and she do the Peter Griffin eye squint. That shit, like with the little smirk, that shit was cold. Gave me the chills to see everybody in the quantum suits or space suits, because we don't know if this gonna be quantum realm travel or space travel, either or. But I think I'm just happy to see it all coming together, and we got Spider-Man Far From Home coming up, and the best part about it is that I will own all this shit on Blu-ray before the year is out. So can you imagine just basically having a Marvel lockdown day where you get to watch everything, man? That's some fly shit right there, cuz. So I would say go see Captain Marvel. Avengers on the way. Don't forget, you know, yeah, I'm deep. Don't forget, you know, Marvel be lying to us. So don't let a lot of these trailers like lead you to believe in something. After I seen the first Avengers trailer and I seen Hulk running in Wakanda, and when I went to the movies and went there, I just like, you know, it's give or take with these Russo brothers and Kevin Feige. It's like you never know what to believe, but you gotta love them for it because they want you to have the best experience possible. So, on that note, Captain Marvel, I give it a B plus. Endgame, I hope it top Infinity War, because I watch Infinity War at least twice a week, and I think that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it, man. But shout out to all of the people that do the official breakdown. New Rock Stars, Dope Spill Comics, Den of Nerds, Comic Book Cast. He was like one of my favorites before, like, but this was like way before he started showing his face. Now he just come off as like a little sarcastic asshole. I don't know. Like I still watch his shit, but I don't think it's as good as it used to be, because now it seems like he just putting out more videos that's more naysay, just to get views, like, you know what I mean? But instead of like real facts. And Mr. Sunday, like, he'll totally just like if it's an in-game video, he'll be all over the place with some shit. And when Captain Marvel, no, when the Avengers trailer came out, it wasn't even out like 2 hours, and he already had a breakdown. And basically, he wasn't even talking about shit that you couldn't decipher yourself. So shout out to the people who take their time and break this shit down frame by frame. Oh, shout out to Emergency Awesome too. Um, Shout out to the people who take their time and break this shit down frame by frame and find clues and Easter eggs and do it thoroughly. And to the people who just putting out quick videos to say you was the first to break it down, go fuck yourself, because that ain't what this shit about. So shout out to my people. You already know. That Marvel gang, you already know how we get down. Shout out to my boy Nervism, always keeping me dripped. And you know, this just was my take on it. I like the movie. I want to see it again. I think I'm gonna wait like a week before Infinity War. I mean, Endgame come out and go check it out again. So this is your boy Flex and Twine, Marvel gang. You already know what it is.